this, I will be following along as technically the coach for, well, as of right now, the tight ends. But really, honestly, if I get fired, then any program that accepts me. So, settings. I'm actually going to put those on auto. All Madden competitive, hardest difficulty. In my opinion, All Madden's obviously the hardest. Skill level gameplay, competitive is harder than simulation, in my opinion. League style all, instant starter, it doesn't really matter because we don't have any user players, but we'll just put off. Trade deadline, trade type, all, coach firing on, salary cap on, superstar abilities on, ability edit controls, relocation normal, staff normal, injuries on, pre-existing injury on, practice squad stealing. I'm tempted to turn it off, but nah, we'll leave it on. One thing we are going to turn off is progressive fatigue, because honestly it's way too overpowered in the game and is not realistic. Minimum roster is going to be 50, 48. In-season player movement unlimited. Cut overall restrictions. No restrictions, because obviously I won't be cutting, like, 99 overalls or nothing. The only reason you get cut is if you're, like, under, like, a 75 to be cut, to be honest. Or if I just have so much depth and you're taking up a room. Dev trait regression, we are going to keep that on. That is realistic. Quarter length, it doesn't matter because it'll all be simulated. Games I will not be playing. The only thing that's on auto here is practice reps and scout college players. Now I can do it myself. If I choose, I can still open it up while it's on auto, but as of now I choose not to, because I will be doing my own kinda draft board, pretty much. Alright, so obviously we won 6 games this year. Obviously, I didn't sim everybody's record, so, Chiefs 15-2, whatnot. Worst team in the league is the Vikings at 3-14. Jags at 5-12. Some expected. Okay. There's a lot of 6-11 teams, so I just got lucky. I'm expected to have the 6th overall pick. Now, here's the thing about the 6th overall pick. How much cap room? Okay, hold on. We're gonna. Okay. With the 6th. Okay, we'll figure all that out later. We'll figure out our draft and free agency stuff later. We're gonna look at this first and foremost. So obviously, with Mike Vrabel getting fired, I was hired. And so our defensive coordinator honestly is not that good, and nor is our offensive coordinator. So the thing really just is now is, how is our team? I mean, we had one of the worst offenses in the league, worst passing offense in the league, worst defense in the league too. We let up a lot of rushing yards. So honestly, what I am gonna do is I'm gonna simulate to the Super Bowl. And, okay, we have upgrades. Cowboys and Ravens, which could be very true in the future. All these guys, they can auto upgrade, it's okay. Okay, so, yearly awards, which I really want to look at Coach of the Year. Josh Allen MVP. Coach of the Year, McCarthy. Which, Garrett Pratt. I'm not sure how. That's probably a bug. Because it really, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. That is odd. But we're gonna sim a week to staff week. 'And it is now officially the start of a new season. Ravens get the dub. Players need upgrades, really just, you know, younger dudes. ...2023 season recap. Patrick Queen. So I'm assuming he'll be re-signed. Will Anderson, which might possibly be, I mean, in real life, DPOY. DROY, sorry, not DPOY. He ain't that good yet. I do see in his near future, though, him being good. Josh Allen, McCarthy, Lamar. Yeah. But, what I don't understand is Lamar was... Patrick Mahomes was second in MVP voting, but didn't win Offensive Player of the Year. Because I thought... I don't know. So just overall, we had one of the worst teams in the league. Worst passing offense in the league, and worst rushing defense in the league. So, first and foremost, and honest, no, we just had the worst offense in the league. I'm gonna be honest. I say rushing because it's at 28, but that was horrible too. So, yeah, but Chris Roberts, you're gone. And we are gonna see who's out here. There could be plenty of head coaches to hire here. Doug Peterson, which would be a massive hire. Vrabel. Hire Vrabel back. The auto-simulated New England coach. Who's pretty much Bill Belichick. But as of right now, the only real guy that stands out to me is Mike Vrabel. But I think I'm going to hire Doug Peterson as my offensive coordinator, which may seem dumb, but Aaron Ward, you're done here, bud. So he's gone. And now, I think we hire him back as our defensive coordinator. I think we do. And so we are going to hire Vrabel back. But instead, he's a D coordinator, so offense coordinator, Doug Peterson, defense coordinator, Mike Vrabel. And the 3-4, I think Vrabel can lead a defense with the 3-4 extremely well. Extremely well. I don't think, as a former linebacker, he knows the 3-4 inside out. I mean, like the back of his hand, because any linebacker knows that the 3-4 formation is a linebacker's, I mean, fun time. Because it's just so many tackles. I probably should have looked at stats and awards at the beginning of this, because we had the worst passing offense. Okay, Tannehill. So, obviously, real life, Will Levis finished out the rest of the season. But I just don't see Levis as the future of this franchise. And Tannehill is obviously, he's gotta go. But I mean, Derrick Henry, dude, just killing it still. And DeAndre, the fact that Chris Moore wasn't that far behind DeAndre in any category. 4 more catches, just like 20 short, not even. 18 less yard, or 12 less yards. Am I mathing right? Am I mathing right? Hold on. I don't know. Barely less yards. Barely less yards a catch. Barely less per game. Has more after the catch. He has more rack total yards. Longer reception. Less downs played. That's honestly just, that's sad. And Traylon Burks did good. Our tight end did good. Tajay. So I think if he's not already getting re-signed, Chris Moore. I like Chris Moore. Oh, defense, defense, defense. Yes, yes, yes. So I think I know what I want to do with defense. I obviously got Vrabel, so I want a good linebacker core. So Azeez is obviously a part of that. Azeez Al-Shaair. And, you know, now that I'm going to switch it to a true 3-4, our linebackers will be up there in tackles. You know, our middle linebacker, too, up there in tackles, obviously, because why would he not be? But leading the team in tackles is obviously Azeez Al-Shaair. Tackles for loss, Danico Audrey. I mean, you know, he's an end. It'll always be linebackers and defensive line with this. I mean, the closest up is, yeah, Terrell Edmunds. He's a strong safety, but strong safeties in a 3-4 is a glorified outside linebacker. Quarterback sacks was Danico Audrey with only 6, though. So I feel like, honestly, on defense, we're just missing a stud lineman. Yeah, honestly. Azeez, man. Azeez leading the team in tackles and picks. He allowed a bunch of catches, though. But honestly, not that many more than this dude who's a literal corner. And a lot of these catches were probably tight ends and, you know, tight ends and running backs running short little routes. So you can't really adjust for all that. Passes deflected Azeez. Yeah, I like Azeez. I think he's a great overall around linebacker. And I can see him in the future of this team. So we are going to now just take a look at the roster. Yeah, so Will Levis now, Tannehill is just, yeah. Derrick Henry, which we either re-sign or we don't. Our tackles are not. So this guy had that many receiving yards. How? I do not understand. Okay, yeah, so gosh, this team is just ran into the floor. So we need a lineman for sure. We can draft a linebacker, and then we need some O-line. So with my early pick, I'll probably select Dallas Turner at linebacker. But I have 133 million cap. I want to sign Derrick Henry back. I know they're not doing it in season, but I do not believe there are any good running backs in the upcoming draft, and he's 30. So this deal will last till retirement, and I want him that long. I do want him to retire a Texan. Danico, yeah, you were good. Aziz, I want you back. He'll be... Just offer him 3 years. At the end of 3 years, if he's still playing like how he is, I'll extend him. Ugh. It's cold in my room. Beyond that, Chris Moore. Honestly, at first glance, I would not extend you. But you played great. For a wide receiver 5, you played excellent. Yeah, Tannehill will not be re-signed. Yeah, I'll use lesser overalls I don't need. Sean Murphy Bunting. He's still valuable. I'll offer him. He'll accept, obviously. And then the last person I'll offer is Terrell Edmonds. Danico Autry, he's good, but the thing with him is he's old. So people go in free agency with 95 million in cap. And with that, I will be putting on a sweatshirt or something. It is fucking cold. Okay, so we will go into free agency with 31 players leaving and only like 4 coming back. What does the mock draft say? Mock draft? The Titans didn't trade away their pick, did they? Dallas Turner is supposed to be selected higher. Should I shoot for a middle linebacker then? We'll see what free agency gets us, because we have 95 million to spare. So, okay, let's go. I will need a ton of defensive line depth, though. But I don't know if I sign a bunch of good players and get bogged down in cap in a couple years, or what I do. So, free agency 1. Line. Line is what we need. Center, right tackle, left tackle. 110% is what we need. We need a middle linebacker, And honestly, how old are you? You're only a 3-year, so possibly an end and a defensive tackle. So both lines and a linebacker. Just one linebacker. Let's see who we got. Okay. None of these guys want to come here, but I can pay them so much money that they will want to come here. We signed Josh Allen. And he should be on the team all 6 years of that contract. We're gonna shoot for Tyron Smith. That's gonna eat up 30 million because he's freaking god awfully expensive because he's a tackle. And we're gonna shoot for Chase Young. We're gonna give Chase Young a bag. And then after that, God, I'm not even up there, dude. Is going after Young even worth it at that point? When I could get him. Yeah, going after Young at that point isn't even worth it. He's only 1 overall less, 3 years older. If I get him at a discount. And so after 3 players, I'll have 17.2 million left. And I'll sign Duggar, which will leave me with 6.8 left. Or I'll attempt to sign Duggar, is what I should say. And then I honestly need a middle linebacker, but he's 34, which is what I hate. Because I want to be able to keep somebody around. Bobby Wagner. Isaiah Simmons plays all over the place. Literally every position. I think we will sign Lavonte David. He wants a bag. Yeah, I don't got that kind of money. Gosh, why do some of these guys want bags?